A man approaches his wife for the first time in years to ask her to go fishing with him. They used to fish together a lot when they were dating, but since the kids have come along, they really don't anymore. And she doesn't want to. She knows she's going to feel guilty leaving the kids with her mom. But they've both been trying harder to prioritize each other, and she knows they need the time away. So they get the kids to mom's house. And the next morning, they're up by 3, 4 a.m. to drive north to where he likes to fish. And they have this fantastic drive, talking and laughing and kind of reconnecting. And they get to that fishing spot. It's this dazzlingly beautiful place. They get the equipment out of the car. They pick the spot they'll be fishing from. And they cast their lines. And about 5 minutes later, she tries to carry on the conversation they were having on the drive up. And he says, "Shh, you'll spook the fish." So she's quiet for 15 minutes or so. Then she tries again to start the conversation, more quietly this time. But he replies curtly, "You used to fish with me all the time. You know the rules. No talking when we're fishing." So she remains silent for the next 5 hours. And finally, they grab their gear and load up and head home. And he's as happy as he's been in years. His emotional bucket is overflowing. I mean, he just got to spend hours and hours doing what he loves the most, next to the girl he loves the most. And he can't remember last time he felt this in love with her. But he notices she's sitting very quietly next to him. And he asks if she's okay a few times. And she says she's fine, but eventually says pretty angrily, "I set aside my day to take this trip with you, and now I just regret it. Because we sat there shoulder to shoulder for more than 5 hours, and we hardly talked at all. All these issues we've had in our relationship that we haven't talked about. All of that time together, and you wouldn't engage me in any meaningful conversation. You never want to talk about anything. I will never do this with you again." And he is heartbroken. He had a wonderful time with her on that trip. On the trip up, even. He had loved being with her and sitting shoulder to shoulder in the car with her and talking with her and then sitting next to her as they fished together in that beautiful place. And he had so looked forward to enjoying her company on the way back. He was even thinking maybe they'd try to talk through some of the tough stuff now that they'd had all this amazing fun together and he was feeling so connected to her.